Alright guys, I just spotted a really big raccoon. We are currently on this region, which is a nice place to find red fox, pheasants, raccoons, coyotes. And unfortunately, the moment I saw this raccoon, he was already fleeing, so I couldn't shoot him. And now I'll have to track him because he's a diamond potential, and of course I wanna add it to my lodge. He could be massive. Now, apart from the melanistic pheasant and the melanistic fallow deer, I also need to find the melanistic and an albino raccoon. I actually made a few attempts to get him in the past on Mississippi Acres, but never had any luck, so maybe a good idea to start the grind here on New England because I feel the raccoon population is more concentrated here, which added to the fact that the raccoons drink in the morning instead of at night should make easier to grind them. Alright, we're reaching this nice open area. He may be here. His estimate was not that promising, so the chance of it being a troll is real. And probably quite high, but he ain't here anymore. We'll have to continue a chase. Right there. There he is, finally. I was getting tired, it wasn't easy to find him, and even though he's still throwing, we gotta go for it. I've no intention to chase him any longer. Let's see. We got him, about time. I honestly underestimated how fast these raccoons were because as far as I remember, chasing them was not too different from chasing a red fox. Alright, let's see the size of this guy, perhaps the first diamond of the hunt and our first diamond raccoon on New England mountains. Let's see, fingers crossed. He is a diamond, 12.02, barely a diamond actually. In fact, the weight is surprisingly low to be a level 5, I mean with such weight I would have expected him to be a level 4 to be honest, but it is a 5 and luckily he didn't roll. Whoa, that one is big. Top estimate of 128. That is indeed massive. Could perfectly be a level 2 diamond, I mean the diamond score is 120, so a top estimate of 128 is quite insane for a level 2. Oh, level 3! Now that's a thing. 2 potential diamonds on the same flock. The level 2 is down. And there goes the level 3. Not sure if we hit him. And we should have because those were 2 relatively easy shots. Okay, let's harvest this giant level 2. 119.43 gold. He's an absolute monster, he has the diamond weight, but it simply didn't score high enough to be a diamond. I hear he growls. Oh, it's him. We got him. I thought I was about to lose him for a moment, he was getting far. This guy should be a diamond, I don't remember exactly how many of these I have, but they are one of the most common max levels on Revontuli Coast. And they look amazing, so this will be a nice addition to the lodge. Unless it trolls, which is also possible, but very unlikely. 121.47 diamond. The first diamond of the hunt, it was quite a long chase, 3.45 kilometers. Alright, we're still exploring some of the regions with pheasants. We're currently on this location, and I just stumbled onto a track of a max estimate bobcat. These big tracks are relatively common here on New England mountains, and they normally lead you to a level 7 or a level 8. Of course, in rare occasions, they end up being a level 9, but most of the times they are not gonna be that big. So let's go try to find it, and let's see if we get lucky and we end up getting our second diamond bobcat on New England mountains. Now, I tend to forget that since the Bobcat and the Mexican Bobcat have different entries on the codex, the rares I have for the Mexican Bobcat don't really count here on New England, which essentially means that if I really wanna get all the possible rares on this game, eventually, I will also have to obtain the blue, the albino and the melanistic Bobcat here on New England in order to complete the whole rare collection on this game. Of course, that would require a grind, and I think a Bobcat grind would be interesting. So I definitely plan to start one at some point, probably a few months after the next map comes out and we already got all the diamonds there, because every time a new map gets released, guys, my first goal is to get all the diamonds on such reserve, so once I get them all, we can start thinking in setting up another grind, like for example one for all those Bobcat rares. It certainly won't be an easy task, but it will be necessary in our journey to get all the rares on this game. And there he is. Is he a level 7, level 8 or a level 9? Oh! Level 9. He is fortunately a level 9 and potentially the first diamond of the hunt. It actually didn't take too long to find it, mainly because this species is incredibly slow, so it's super easy to reach him. And now that we have the opportunity, we're gonna drop him using the 243 Cuomo. Well, there's actually a turkey over there, which is also a diamond potential. He's a max estimate level 2. You know, these guys make it fairly often below level 3, so this one has a chance. Let's see a score. 4.41, he is not big. Now let's go for the Bobcat again before he goes too far. Alright, we have another chance here. He's about 50 meters out. So let's go for it. Come on. That will do it. We probably hit only a single long because he didn't die instantly, which means that the shot placement was not the best. I feel it was a bit too far back, but luckily here we have it, and it has a score of 27.91. He's a diamond. Alright guys, as you can see, now we're out here on the Aurora because today I decided that it was a good day to start a proper grind for a melanistic fallow deer and see if we can finally get him after more than 5 years trying to find one without any success. I actually started setting up all the tents and tripods about a week ago. I didn't have to discover all the zones because I had already discovered most of them back when I made the guide and the hotspot maps here on the Aurora, so it was way easier to choose the right position for each tent and tripod, knowing exactly where the zones are. And as soon as I had all 16 possible tents on the ground, I decided to start the grind right away. And actually, after only 52 kills, we have the first level 5 of the grind, which is pretty much a guaranteed diamond because that rack never trolls. So we're gonna drop him using the Zarza 308. He's head-on, so a hard shot would be a nice option, although now he's moving. And he's gonna give us a broadside angle. I would also like to drop it at level 3, so as soon as one of them lowers his head, I'ma drop them both. That's it. Here we have it. We know it is guaranteed the first diamond of the hunt, but I wanna see exactly what it scores. Not before taking a nice picture though. Alright, now let's see. 263.24, decent sized diamond. It is the first trophy of the grind, a grind that I hope won't be too long. Now we're back on the Grey Fox grind, currently doing this river run, where I've been having a decent amount of success, killing more than 10 foxes. I actually just shot a mythical right here, which scored 5.98, and right before I went to harvest it, a level 9 fox came out of nowhere, and I saw him fleeing over there. So I reset the time to avoid having to chase him at night, and there he is again. The first max level of the grind right before hitting 50 kills. I'm honestly not sure if he is product of the response because before spotting it I hadn't checked this area, so I would say it's likely this guy is an initial spawn that was here way before I started this grind, and I'm trying to see the fur type. I believe he's a grey or a two-tone, so we're gonna shoot him using the 243 Ranger, which will actually be the first time I use it on this grind because I've been doing all the shooting with the Zarza, and in fact I've been killing both males and females, first of all because both genders can reach level 9 and both genders can be diamond, and second, talking about the rares, I honestly couldn't care less if they are male or female. Alright, let's drop this guy. He is down. Here we have it. It is actually a two-tone, which is a beautiful fur type, and it has a score of 6.46. He's a diamond. Barely, but it is the first diamond of the grind. He's a level 3 Hirschfelden Wayon with a top estimate of 977. He has a pretty decent chance to make it. And now he's landing. Actually really close to us. So instead of using the cacciatore this time, I'ma drop him with a Recurve. It's been several weeks since the last time we got our last diamond with a Recurve, and we just got this guy, which hopefully will make it. You know, one of my in-game goals for this year is to get every single diamond with a Recurve once again, and in order to achieve that we need to get pretty much every single dog here on Revontuli Coast, as well as the rock ptarmigan and the willow ptarmigan, plus the hazel grouse and the capercaillie. Some of them are gonna be real tough, especially the ptarmigans, since you have to shoot those airborne. And I actually forgot to mention the black grouse, which can also be challenging. So we're gonna start shooting all these diamond potentials using the Recurve, and getting this guy is certainly a step in the right direction. Unless he trolls, which would be absolutely lame. Let's see. 926.31, he's a diamond. It is my second diamond Hirschfelden Wayon ever, and my first Hirschfelden Wayon with a Recurve. This is a very nice diamond, which is actually not easy to find because the Hirschfelden Wayon is one of the rarest diamond dogs in the game, perhaps the rarest, so there are many reasons to be happy about getting this guy. So far the grind has been going quite smooth. We are 421 kills in. Compared to the moose grind, for example, this one has been really easy, although I've been having to change the placement of many of my tents and tripods because a significant amount of the bulls I've been killing have been respawning on different locations, on new locations. You know, places that my setup was not covering, so I had to adjust the position of many of the tents, which is quite annoying, but it was to be expected. New zones appear all the time, so you have to constantly look for them. And of course that takes time, but anyway. There we have what is gonna be our first piebald rosy elk in a long time. They are one of the best looking piebald models in my opinion, but well, this guy is just in a small level 3, so it's not as special and certainly not the biggest I've got in having a troll piebald. So I'ma take 2 shots here. We are gonna go for that level 2 first and then for the piebald. He is going down. A nice looking rare, which is the first one of the grind just before 500 kills. 236.62 silver. It is a nice looking rare, but as I said, it would be better if at some point the Roosevelt gets a remodel. The moose, the whitetail and the red fox already got one, so I don't see any reason for these guys to not get the same kind of improvement. Now we are on a different session, this time on Hirschfelden, and here we have the track of what could be a level 3 pheasant. 2 to 3 kilograms, that is a max estimate pheasant track, which means that this guy has a chance to be either a big level 2 or a big level 3. I don't really have many experience hunting pheasants on this reserve, but I know that they feed from 8 to 11, so right now is their feed time, and as far as I know there's usually a good number of them inside the fields right in the open. So I assume that that mating call is coming from one of the feed zones that were already discovered on this server, and perhaps from the same flock. You know, on this map the pheasants are always gonna be inside or close to the fields, always around them. So essentially all the locations on the map that have cornfields are also gonna have pheasants, pretty much the entire right side. Oh. That ain't the big one, but it's a rooster. As expected, they are feeding. And that is the warning call of another rooster over there. Which makes me wonder how big it is, because he detected us before the level 2, so he's higher level. Well, he could be higher level because the wind is blowing more towards that direction, so probably he smelled us. Let's see. That is the 2. And that is the odd. Oh! We clipped it. He was getting far, but the second shot barely hit him, and I cannot believe he was actually level 3. You know, we seem to have a special luck with the pheasants. I mean, the level 3s are supposed to be quite hard to find, but I have already came across quite a few diamonds without even looking for pheasants. I just wish my luck was similar with the melanistic roosters. I'm still trying to find one. Alright, let's take a few pictures of this guy. He has the grey plumage. It's a common plumage, nothing special, but I'm not sure if I have any diamond with it already. 20.6 diamond. That is the first diamond pheasant I've gotten on Hirschfelden in my first diamond since the release of the showcase update. Well, okay, that didn't take long. We have another potential diamond capercaillie, just a couple servers after that unfortunate disconnection. And I know it really sucks when that happens, but it's one of the disadvantages of playing multiplayer. I mean, it has many pros, but also some cons that you have to consider. Server hopping is great to get diamonds, and is certainly the best option to get variety. But it ain't perfect. You can easily come across hackers and get kicked at the worst time, or simply get disconnected when you are about to harvest a diamond. It's very rare, but it can happen. And there he goes. Yeah, that's him. He is down. It is another 4.7 diamond. That is the score of all my diamond capercaillies, which I imagine are like the turkeys, because like 80% of the diamond turkeys score 4.6, and that also seems to be a case with the 4.7 capercaillies. Oh, no way! No way! That's a red! I cannot believe it. Finally, a red willow ptarmigan. I've wanted one since the map came out, and it just had to happen. Now we gotta find it again quickly because we still don't have it, and the risk of crashing on multiplayer is always there. You know, there are so many things that can go wrong on multiplayer, but the increased chance of finding these kind of trophies really makes up for it. Okay, there's a male right there. It ain't the red though. I've been tracking the flock for like 20 minutes, but the problem here is that this area is full of lynxes. You know, they keep spooking the ptarmigans way before I can even see them. I hear one coming in. We chain the red neither. Maybe the whole flock will also fly this way. Would be fantastic. But there doesn't seem to be any sign of that happening. I heard one, not sure exactly where. It definitely sounded close, and I believe there's one. Which is a level 2. I don't remember the estimate it had, but it was also a level 2. So hard to tell, but it may be the red. And it is actually the red. We got him. Look at that. In my opinion, one of the best looking rares, not only on Remontuli Coast, but also in the game. It's beautiful. 683.5 gold, and look at the tracking distance, 5.5 kilometers. What a chase. And what a trophy. Well, that is something that I wasn't expecting to see today. I'm not even sure if that is an albino or a leucistic, but I know that regardless of the fur, that is gonna be my second rare bull Cape Buffalo ever. We'll have to chase him, and as soon as I have a chance, I might use the 338. At the moment, we are in one of the best areas to find Cape Buffalo feed zones. This place is full of them, and actually this ain't the first trophy I found around this location, because close to this area I also found a max weight, max score diamond warhawk. So this area, apart from being really good to find Cape Buffalo feed zones, is also excellent to find warhawk and kuru feed zones. There he goes. He's nervous. And now alert. Let's see. Not a fan of that angle. So I'ma wait for him to go broadside. Come on. That will be enough. It is actually a Leucistic. Before we harvest the Leucistic, I'ma shoot that little bacon with the 7mm. This rifle is fantastic at long ranges, so this is the kind of situation where I would choose it over any class 4 to 8 rifle. I honestly love it. So well, let's harvest this beautiful Leucistic Cape Buffalo. Really big mythical that is the big level 8 drag and the small level 9 drag. What a monster, 138.27 and a quick kill bonus of 79.44%. A beautiful rare.